We got to talk about markets to end out this conversation. Stock market is at all-time highs, and now we've got the bond market screaming with yields not seen for a very long time. Yeah. And Bitcoin is sort of just wallowing there in the high 70s. Is this a Bitcoin bear market? Where's Bitcoin going? And when's the next new all-time high?
Wow, this is where so many people keep on coming up to us on the beach and Bitcoin Beach lately saying, where's the Keiser report? We need it, because this is the sort of global macro environment where definitely Keiser report is needed, where all the signals, you have AI, the tech stocks like ripping, and then you have bond markets doing insane stuff. Like this is the yield soaring and bonds crashing. Like this is where Max Keiser comes in.
Okay, I'll happily jump in. What we've been saying on Keiser report for years and years. We made a film about this when we were making films for Al Jazeera English back. If you know our work from 2011, we did some films for them, and it was about the yen carry trade and the Swiss franc carry trade. So the yen has been the funding currency for the global economy for decades because it's the cheapest, lowest yielding currency in the world. So you can borrow in yen and invest it in another currency somewhere else in the world and get a positive carry, positive yield. And as long as rates in Japan were low, and I mean like 0.001 low, very, very low, this kind of fueled a global, almost you could say it was part of the basis of globalization in a lot of ways, was access to cheap money and then the interconnected nature of all of these things. Well, the yen interest rates in Japan are now, I just think it's at 4%, up from 0.001. So that yen carry trade is under extreme stress. So that means the funding for this global fiat money economy that's been going on in the globe now has the highest indebtedness ever, right? So is drying up. So if this reaches a state where you have an unwinding, like 2007, 2008, you had a global credit freeze, and it required the folks in Washington to make a lot of law changes and rule changes and emergency actions to re-liquefy the economy. That would obviously be a pretty seismic event and cause a lot of displacement. So in that mix, you have the stock market is really feeding on a lot of I think 40% of the S&P 500 valuation feeds back to AI and the companies that are in AI. So there's an incredible boom there. So that's something to watch, obviously. And then, of course, Bitcoin is digesting the gains that it's made over the years. I mean, the annual rate of return on Bitcoin is still very high. So if it goes through sideways, the pricing action, as Peter Lynch, famous money manager, said, most moves in stocks happen over a very concentrated period of time. And most of the time, you're just kind of waiting. So once we get a move, it'll be a concentrated move. It'll be a big move, and it'll take people by surprise. And that's the way these things work. So that's a quick summary.
I'll take it. Yes, I do think that Bitcoin is coiled and ready to explode, probably when most people least expect it. Well, you two, I will let you get back to your day job of directing a country towards Bitcoin prosperity and AI intelligence explosion. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope to have you back soon.
And make sure people go to bitcoinhistorical.com, buy tickets, and come check it out. Like, you'll see a lot of Bitcoiners. So if you feel only safe around Bitcoiners, we'll have a lot of them here on 11th and 12th of November. And the week after, we have a big AI conference, and you're welcome to attend that as well. And a surf competition down at La Cajita. You have to come down and try the Coco Max. It's the drink that made El Salvador famous. It put us on the map.
Yeah, it's Coco Max. I invented Coco Max, and it's the #1 selling drink, really, at the La Cajita restaurant on Bitcoin Beach. So it's a fantastic spot. If you're in town, come to La Cajita Kitchen in Bitcoin Beach in El Zonte and order a Coco Max, and you can watch the sunset along with some other folks in El Zonte and the surfers, and it's a beautiful, picturesque spot.
Yes, I highly recommend El Salvador in November. If you've never been, that is the month to go. And also respect those waves. They're a lot more serious than they might look from the beach. Yes. Absolutely.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us on.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you could drop a like and a share, it would help in our mission to accelerate adoption. If you're looking for more Bitcoin signal, join over 10,000 readers of our newsletter, Bitcoin News Weekly. Every Monday morning, we send out the biggest headlines of Bitcoin to keep you in the know in under 5 minutes. Links below in the description. Then come hang with us live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We break it all down live on stream with a new guest, and you can add your 2 sats in the chat. See you next week.